Okay. Okay, so I'm going to ask everybody to mute yourselves, please. Okay, and we'll begin. So we first begin by settling down. Before we even begin meditation, finding a place of peace. And perhaps striving to do this with the eyes opened. Often in meditation we close our eyes. And just for a moment gazing down, allowing your vision to be relaxed. Allowing yourself to be aware of your breath. This moment. What does it feel like to stop? And allowing the eyes to rest as they remain open. Not grasping to take on the information around you. Simply allowing the eyes to rest. Noticing the senses. Noticing the sense of touch. The way your body touches the surfaces that it is on. Noticing sounds in the background. Noticing the sense of taste or smell. Might be active, might not. Simply noticing and observing your life experience in this moment through the senses. Allowing what is here to be as it is. Perhaps noticing no sense of resistance to what is here. Allowing the eyes to softly rest where they are. And noticing the sensations of the body. Noticing the way the body sits or lays. The sounds around you. Can I allow what is here to be as it is? Resisting nothing. This moment with all its imperfections and perfections, can I allow it to be? And noticing the body as you do that. What it feels like to become aware of your body in this moment. Of the way your body breathes. Or the way it sits or lays. Noticing sensations as they arrive and leave on their own. Can I allow this moment to be as it is, effortlessly? And perhaps noticing any areas where there may be effort. Can I allow myself to surrender that? Can I sit or lay as I am, allowing life to be? The sound, the sensations, the movement of my senses through life as it is. Resisting nothing, allowing what is here to be. And in this space of awareness with the eyes open, we rest. Notice what it feels like to allow yourself to let go just as you are in this moment. Noticing any areas of tension and allowing yourself to focus on that area. And inhale, and with the exhale, release whatever you're holding, whatever tension is there. I'm beginning to observe the space that is here, the silence that envelops us. Noticing the spaces of silence within sound. Noticing the space between the inhales and the exhales. And if thoughts are present, allowing them to be. Simply noticing them drifting through space like the air around you. Allowing it to come in and out, to arrive and leave. And allowing the focus to remain either on what you are observing, with the eyes gently opened. And can I observe what I am looking at without describing it? Simply observing, without clinging or grasping. Simply allowing, aware of my own breath, of being with me as I am with this object or this thing that I am looking at. And noticing the space. And noticing any sensations in the body of comfort. Can I notice this sense of comfort and allow as well any spaces of discomfort? Letting go of having to define positive or negative or neutral. can I just observe sensation, sound, object? Can I allow what is here to be as it is? Allowing that to be the intention as we explore this moment more deeply. Allowing the awareness to return now to the breath. Noticing the way the breath feels inside the body. How can I let go more? How can I surrender into the ease and flow of my breath? And noticing the toes and the soles of the feet. The sensations or lack of sensation in these areas. Allowing whatever shows up to be. Noticing the lower legs and the knees and the thighs and the hips. Allowing anything that shows up to be, any sensations or feelings or movement, to be what it is, effortlessly, resisting nothing. Noticing the lower back and the lower belly. And the belly button. And the upper belly. And the middle back and upper back. Noticing the chest. And the hollow of the throat. And the neck. And the spine. And the back of the head. And the middle of the head and the upper part of the head. The ears. And the forehead. And the eyes and eyelids. And the nose. and the upper lip and lower lip, and the jaw and tongue. And noticing the way the breath moves in and out of the body, and the space between the movements, and the space between the breaths. Noticing the silence. Can I surrender more deeply into this space, into this silence? Simply observing it, allowing it, sensing the heart, and resting the attention in the goodness of the heart. Perhaps sensing this space as a light, as a feeling of warmth and gentleness within you. Resting the attention in this space as you notice the silence between sounds, the space between the breath and sensations. Bringing the attention back to the heart and the light at the center of the heart, or the warmth and kindness at the center of your own heart. And if thoughts arise, observing between them and behind them, and returning to the heart. Surrendering here. Noticing any sensations or thoughts and coming back to the spaces of silence. As you notice the space within the heart. Allow whatever shows up to be what it is. Resist nothing. resisting nothing, allowing what is to be here as you surrender more deeply into the silence and into the spaces of calm that are here now. Noticing the breath, the way the breath comes in and out of the body. Noticing this body sitting or laying here right now. And noticing the silence that is here now, the space, the calm. And gently observing this moment, sensing the body and the breath. Sensing the sounds. Very gently coming back. Allowing yourself to feel awareness in the body, in the senses. Perhaps gently opening the eyes and remaining in that state of calm and deep peace as you come back. Hi, so everybody welcome back. Does anybody have any questions? Can you guys hear me? Hi, or any comments? So I'll answer questions, but right before I do, I like to just make a comment. Oh, they said no. Okay, all right. Hi, everybody. So welcome back. So who has a comment or a question that you would like to share after that experience? I think Tere, did you? Hi. So you guys, please ignore my doggy in the background. You know how it is. So go ahead. Tere.
So with this meditation, I found myself trying to resist closing my eyes in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes wanted to close.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember.
And if they did, for some of you, that's all right. Let it be. Let it be what it was. Go ahead. Sorry.
Initially, they closed, and then I saw like an exit sign, like they were telling me, "No, come back, open your eyes." Mm-hmm. So I did. But then as the meditation kept going, I felt more comfortable to close my eyes. But internally, I had more resistance. I don't know.
Okay. And again, this particular meditation was about letting go of resistance. So if there's resistance, let go of the resistance to the resistance.
I kept hearing let go, and they showed me signs of just like surrendering. So I felt that. And then when I think you mentioned something about the heart, they showed me the corner of a wall, but it was just pink, like a baby pink. I hadn't seen a color so bright, but it was just the wall. Like the wall was pink.
So in meditation, go back, journal about what that is. It may be an angel that is protecting you and assisting you. I actually wanted to talk a little bit about angels and guides and all of that, if I may. Thank you, Tere, for sharing. And with resistance, let me make a couple of comments. One on resistance. If we notice that we are resisting through the meditation, like right now I'm resisting my dog barking. He's barking. He's gonna bark. It's a dog. It's all right. You know, and I'm actually grateful that he stayed quiet for most of the meditation, which was awesome. And then I was told, okay, you need to bring everybody back because he's gonna start barking, and he did. So can I allow the life that is here with all its imperfections and perfections to be? Can I stop resisting? You know, to make myself go through a perfect instant. Can I just let things be what they are? As a matter of fact, I'm going to let him out. One moment, please. And I'll be right back to answer the questions. One moment. And so there's a choice when we're resisting something, right? Like I right now had to make a choice. That's what I love about live classes. I had to make a choice whether do I let him continue to bark or do I let him out? You know? And so which is the path of least resistance? Follow that path. You want to feel better, right? So does it feel better to resist the resistance that I'm feeling in my body right now, as Tere was saying? See, he just sat down underneath me. That's what he wanted. I could have just done that the whole time. I could have just done that the whole time. And so it's, you know, life has a way of just showing you how can I allow the river to flow? You know, how can I allow the river to flow? What is the easiest path of resistance? And if I check in, like I checked in right now, and I was like, okay, what's really gonna smooth this out for him and for me? Just let him out. And now he's just sitting underneath me. That's all he wanted to do. So it's the same thing with the body resistance. What will allow this resistance to go? Does it need me to move? Then move. Or do I need to just observe it and allow it to be? Do you see? So it's this choice, this dance. And sometimes you'll know and sometimes you won't. But it's this exploration without this fight inside of you about what is right or what is perfect or, you know, how to control. We want to control so much. You know, we want to control. And we lose so much life in that effort. It's just, can I allow life to be with more ease? It's such a gentle proposition today. Such a gentle proposition today. Thank you, Tere, for bringing that up. I'm so grateful because it really allowed us to go into that space. And then I'll talk more about angels and guides and all of that in the next class, because I actually want to do one specifically for that. And we'll do some meditating with them as well. But I'm interested also in teaching you to really foster a strong relationship with your own core, with your own soul, with your higher, wiser self in these journeys that we're doing as well. So you have that core strength and friendship with you and your body and your mind. So if I resist nothing within my own inner experience, I'm talking about, if I resist nothing within my own inner experience, then I can allow myself to explore a deeper friendship with myself, with my body, you know, with my mind, with my emotions. Can I allow the feeling of irritation, for example, when he was barking, in a kinder way within me and for him as that's happening? Does that make sense? Can I allow it without resisting? That's another way of saying, can I be kind to this experience? Can I have the peace that I'm looking for? I actually wanted to read something, which is what I was about in my notes, is this. It's one of my favorite quotes, and it was really my inspiration in today's meditation. It says, peace is this moment without judgment. This moment in the heart space where everything that is welcomed. Peace is this moment without judgment. This moment in the heart space where everything that is welcomed. By Dorothy Hunt. And that really stays with me. Can I allow life, this moment, to be without judgment, without me saying it's good or it's bad, without the story? It's just a sound. It's just a sound, the barking. Why does it have to be bad or good? Does that make sense? It's just a sensation. Good. Thank you, Ted. It's good that you're here. Thank you. Katrina, I think you had something you wanted to share. Hi.
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
It's not a coincidence why we're doing this.
Nothing is a coincidence, darling. Don't we all know that right now?
I should know that by now. I got a message yesterday and I wanted to share because it resonated. This meditation resonated so much with me. And the message I got yesterday was, it's not only for me, but I think it's for the group as well.
Please.
And it said, I am in a whatever happens, happens mindset. I am no longer going to force things. I am going to start letting go and allowing blessings to flow.
Mm-hmm.
And I even have goosebumps even just saying
I know.
And that resonated with me. It helped me also, like you said, and the other message was make peace with where you are.
Exactly.
And that was so huge for me. And it was like a big shift. I'm so grateful for those messages, and I just wanted to share with you and the group.
Thank you. I am so deeply grateful that you mentioned that. Making peace with where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
That is essentially what we were talking about with Tere as well. And with my dog barking. Thank you so much, Katrina, because it's before I continued, was there something else you wanted to share with your lovely message? Because it's right on.
Like you said, you mentioned he's barking. And then the minute you said that, I thought life barks at us all the time.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be puppy. It could be work, friends, family, personal. Life's bark at us all the time. So, it's find the peace for that moment. Oh my God, goosebumps everywhere.
Amen. Amen to that. Exactly. Thank you, Katrina. That's so on point. So on point. So on point. Can I make peace with what is here as it is? Mm-hmm. That is essentially what we're talking about here. Right. Yeah. Thank you so much for saying that. That is exactly, I don't think that any further description is needed of that. Other than even when we notice like, oh man, I am like when we start being hard with ourselves too, for those moments that like, when you know better and you still don't do better, that I can be kind to myself even when I don't practice patience, when I don't practice allowing, when I don't practice kindness, when I forget and I'm human. Be kind. Be kind. Let go of resistance. Let this week be an invitation to notice how often you resist what is. Can I allow what is here as it is, whether it's good or whether it's bad? And I'm not saying, by the way, to like I'll often hear someone say like, well, are you just saying if I'm feeling sad to let myself be sad and dwell in it and dwell in it? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it is a sensation that will arise and it's a sensation that will fall and leave. And if it doesn't, follow the trail. Allow yourself to explore what shows up with no judgment, just as a sensation, just as energy. And you'll begin to notice less clinging, less if I don't add to what is going on, there is more of this experience of it drifting away. For example, my dog barking. I like to use examples, as you guys know, right? I could have made a whole story on that. Like, I can't believe he's doing that right now. I'm meditating. Da, 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 da. I want the recording to be perfect and this whole like story, right? Whereas this is life. This is what's going on. Can I let this situation, and as Katrina was mentioning, a relationship, a difficulty, whatever that might be, like, can I allow what is to be and not resist it as it's showing up in my experience? Can I make peace with the way this is showing up and still shift it if I need to shift it, still changing if I need to change it? So let's say it wasn't a dog barking. Let's say it was a partner fighting with you, to give you an example. And obviously it depends on situation, so please, I don't want to generalize too much. But let's say, somebody's arguing with you. Well, there's the experience of that person arguing. and they're flared, and their energy might be like this at that moment. Can I experience this without adding to it? Can I remain who I am in my peace, in my space, as I encounter this tornado, this person, this rain, all of a sudden when it's a blue sky day, whatever it might be? Like, can I observe this unpleasant situation or unpleasant encounter as it is without adding to it? Just allowing it to be, and then noticing it has a spike sometimes, and then the spike will come down. And once it comes down, in my own space of calmness as I encounter it, a solution may arise. An answer may come. With my dog, for example, when he was barking, it got to be a little too much. And so then I had to make a choice. What would feel comfortable in this moment to do for him and for me? To open the door and let him walk. And now he's just under me. You know? Tere, go ahead. Thank you, Katrina.
How can you tell? How can you tell when you're at peace or you're suppressing or ignoring the situation?
What an amazing question. Oh my. Oh, I love that. Okay. So the way that I'm experiencing that answer is like this. So give you the example again of barking. At the very beginning, you know, when he was younger, I would just feel like I had never encountered that, so I didn't know what to do. So I would get angry and I would suppress the anger. So let's say, you know, I would have a friend over, a girlfriend over, and I would just kind of suppress it and be like, okay, nothing's going on here. Nothing's going on here. He's barking. He's going to come down. He's going to come down. I'm suppressing. How do I know I'm suppressing? It feels like I'm grabbing my emotion and putting it down. See, I still feel my emotion and I'm ignoring my emotion. I'm ignoring my feeling. Does that make sense? So what I want to do is, can I feel what I'm feeling without struggling? So notice it as energy. Can I feel that irritation or that frustration or that anger without having to do anything immediately with it? Just allowing it to be. Just allowing that energy to be. Notice it as it shows up and breathe it out. Notice the sound as it is and let it be. And then there's this silence between the emotion. That's why I'm doing it as a movement here, so you can allow yourself to see the energy between the movement of my own frustration and the movement of his sound. There's a gap of possibilities, a calmness, an observer space within me and within this moment that can allow an exit point to be provided. I don't know how else to describe it, but that's the way. That can I allow myself to experience fully my experience without having to do anything immediately on it, without having to scream at him, without having to go open the door and tell him, you know, sit and be quiet. Can I allow what is here to be for a moment as it is, and then let it calm? Let the waves soothe. I don't know how else to describe it. I hope I'm getting my point across, but still experiencing what you're experiencing. So what is happening sometimes is this. You're feeling the anger and you're like, I don't want to feel angry. So you start in the fighting, you start fighting the anger, in other words. So you start fighting the frustration. Don't fight the frustration. Don't fight the anger. Let it be. Let it be what it is. Let the experience of the sensation without the added thought, without the added story be what it is. See? And I'll give you this as homework, and then we can talk about it next week if you like, is observe emotions as they arise and fall as sensations, without words, without an added story to it. See? I could have added a whole story to my doggy barking. I can't believe he's doing this. I want the recording to be perfect. We are live. He should know better. How is he going to know better? He's a dog. You know? Like, so it's that. Can I find the place of least resistance. Strive for that this week and let's see how that goes. Okay? I hope that begins to answer it. It is a very in-depth question that I invite you, Tere, to bring up again in class, because I think that there is much more to be talked about with that, much more to be explored with that. It's very in-depth. But my first beginning stage to explore that question would be explore the sensations that arise without a story. If somebody argues with you, don't add to the story. Observe what you're feeling, observe the experience without an added story, meaning they're screaming. See? They're arguing. Don't add to it. So stay with that, and then we will explore that next week. Thank you. Because I would like to give more space to Katrina, and then somebody else if you like as well, please.
I would like to add to
yes, please.
To observe but not absorb.
Yes. Thank you.
You know, yeah, with things that life brings us, it's always good to have boundaries so we could protect and love our heart. We can observe whatever life gives us up to what certain point, but don't absorb it to your heart and to your energy. That way you're kind to yourself. And yes, whatever people say and do, it's just like the wind, it will come and go.
Mm-hmm. And this is not to say, if I may, that you don't care. So that's the other catch-22 with that. And sometimes people say, well, then you don't care. Then you're like disconnected. And it's just, no, I do care. And because I care, I want my doggy to be at peace, and I want myself to be at peace, and I want you all to be at peace. That's my desire. But outside of the desire, it's what is possible. What is possible in this moment? See? I may want to travel to Europe right now. Can I travel to Europe with COVID-19? No, right? So it's, can I allow what is here to be here and make the best of it? Make the best of it for myself to have peace. And for those around me to have peace. Truly, for the most part, we just want to feel better, and we want to feel good. I mean, our systems are set up to feel good and to feel better. Why not strive for that? Simple. And sometimes it's simpler than others, of course. Of course. Okay. But if I cannot change my current conditions, how can I change my perception of my conditions? If I cannot change my conditions, how can I change my perception of my conditions? Let me share one of my favorite stories in mythology. I think his name was Sisyphus. I will find out for and add it to this recording. But essentially in the story, it speaks of a man who was cursed by the gods to every day pick up a large stone and take it up a hill. Every day for the rest of his life. The rock would go up the hill, would fall, and he would have to pick it up and go again and repeat the same thing forever. But in his mind and in his heart, he was free. So as he did that, he thought of all kinds of things and traveled in his mind and in his heart. And so the gods were very upset with him because they couldn't control the inside of him. They could only control the outside of him. So that's one of my favorite stories because it really teaches you, I cannot control the fact that I have to pick up this rock and go for the rest of my life up this hill. But I sure as heck can control my inner life, my inner experience of this rock going up the hill. I have full and absolute control of that. For the most part, if I am in health, in healthy mind and spirit and emotions, obviously. I have control over that. And I don't like that word control. I consider it more, I have balance within myself. I have equanimity within myself. That I can perceive whatever difficulty, whatever situation is going on in my life by my own accordance. And it's very interesting to notice how much of a story we add to things. I recently had my iPhone, that poor thing, break. It's fallen who knows how many times, that thing. And so it fell. And then the other day I caught myself just telling like a whole story about it. And I'm like, it's just a phone. It broke. You'll buy it when you have a moment, or you can keep it. There's no need to add a story to it. Like, oh, I should have known better. I should have put another cover. I had a feeling I should put another cover. And all this, da, 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 da. Like, step away from da, 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 da. It fell. I'll get another model, another cover. It doesn't, there's always a solution to things. And if there isn't a solution to things, because sometimes there isn't, then can I make peace with that? Can I make peace? Can I strive for peace if peace is not accessible to me? Sometimes peace might not be accessible. Can I, in those moments in particular, let's say with something that is out of your control, or a circumstance or a condition that is out of your control, can I be with this one moment in time? Would be my suggestion in that situation. One moment at a time, one breath at a time, one instant at a time. If that condition is too harsh, a situation too difficult, can I be with just my breath for one moment? With just one moment at a time. And that might help. Yeah. So these are very profound questions and profound ways to explore the world. And what I am offering you here in these classes is a moment of peace, a moment to settle the dust so that clarity can arise and we can live life from a place of joy and enrichment and hope. Hope. I am grateful for all of you having shown up today. It is a deep pleasure to me to offer these classes, and I will continue to do so every Sunday. I strive to end on time just to honor your schedules as well as mine. So I will do so. If you have any questions at all or any comments, please go ahead and feel free to email me at info@anamariapineda.com. And the other news I wanted to share is I will be recording more meditations that will not be live and that will be accessible just as these for free on YouTube. I ask you, if you can, to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It just helps me to continue to do this work. And also I will be putting them on my website, hopefully at some point. I invite you, one last thing, to take some time today to explore the theme of this class, which is of allowing life, resisting less, accepting more. One moment, one breath, one instant. And in that spirit, to perhaps consider gratitude. What am I grateful for today? What am I grateful for today? Let's explore that. Have a beautiful rest of the day. And I look forward to hearing from you all again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.